Hello, and welcome to NinjaCodeman's very first Let's Play. This has been a long-time dream finally come true. I've been wanting to do this for many years, and just never could afford to get all the stuff and do all the things. So if you're here with me today, that's great. I know that there's a more popular Resident Evil that's come out recently, and I'd love to do it. I have the PlayStation 4, I have the game, but I just want to do something that I won't, in like 2 years' time, be like, man, I wish I hadn't played that before. You know? So, starting off with something small. Resident Evil Revelations is one of my favorites. A lot of people are like, yeah, it's not the best. It don't need to be the best. It's pretty good. For a little touch-up while we're waiting for this to load, Resident Evil Revelations was made by a group outside of Capcom. It's got a dodging system like Resident Evil 3. It's got the camera angles of 4. And it's got a few other surprises along the way that I'm sure you've all already seen, because this game isn't exactly new. But I first played this game when I was in college on the 3DS. And I was like, whoa, you know, because it felt like a console game. And there's a clear distinction between what is a handheld and what is a console. And it didn't, like, I wasn't as amazed by it then as I am now. But once I played it, like, on a console, I was like, this is a lot better than I remember. So, yay. Resident Evil Revelations service not available. This does not surprise me none. So we are going to do a new game, and we are going to do a pure, full new game. Before I do that, let me just deselect skins. There we go. Can't say I spent a lot of time in raid mode to be like, yeah, I got all of them. So we are doing a full new game. No, not starting off with super great pistols, not starting off with all the in-game gear. It is just going to be me and my gun and my partner, Parker. The most exhilarating of Resident Evil characters. Water everywhere. The little tugboat that could. Chesticles.
Hey, Jill.
Yes. It was a dark and stormy night on a boat in the middle of the ocean, which a surprising amount of Resident Evil games take place on a boat, or a boat is somehow involved.
The Queen Zenobia. This thing is lucky to be afloat.
You're lucky to be afloat.
Let's find a boarding point.
Also, this story is very confusing, and I can't say I'll explain it proper, but holy shit, has it taken me at least like 5 or 6 playthroughs and a lot of internet searches to be like, oh, okay, I understand why this thing is happening, because if not, whew.
It's been 94 minutes since Chris and Jessica dropped off the radar.
But the interpolation from their last known coordinates puts them
Right here on this ship.
Spooky. Spooky, scary skeletons. So, you play Jill for the first time in for fucking ever, and this is as fast as you run, which is pretty fucking fast considering this is about as fast as you run in Resident Evil 4. And you don't hear people complaining then. Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
I don't like the sound of that.
No one likes the sound of that, Jill.
I might be able to shoot it off.
You could. Yeah, you probably could. Or, do that. I am not playing with the targeting vertical where you can just move the Switch controller. I'm using a
It's been
normal
abandoned for a while.
plugged-in controller. Doing that so that way I can, not be so fucking great at this game that there's no tension. Because playing that way is
It's
way
like
overpowered.
rotting flesh.
No signs of life. But I feel like something's here.
Yeah, me. I'm here. I'm always here for you, Parker. Do you collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Yeah. Whoa.
What happened?
I don't think we're alone.
Hey, it's that dog.
That doesn't look like just water.
It's semen. It's just a ton of semen. I had a friend recently who played Resident Evil Revelations, and he was... Oh. Cool. He played Resident Evil Revelations, and he was like, this game doesn't look that great, and it's... Whatever. I'm like, well, this game is, like, old, and was originally on the 3DS.
There's blood
so
coming from the ducts.
not gonna wow people. I'm like that. Ugh. Must be from Europe. Look at those teeth. I'm from jolly England. Oh, what I am. I shouldn't even try to do an accent. Let's follow. Scooby-Doo gang's at it again. So, just like in previous outings, you can open shit. Doesn't necessarily mean there'll be anything there. The biggest fucking rats on the goddamn planet.
The power still works here.
Devil May Cry reference. Ignore it. Frozen drinks. You know, they have this new, like, computer algorithm thing that can, like, sharpen up images and shit. And, like, just think about games like this, you know, where it's like, oh, man, you know, this is the best, we're gonna get it. And it's like, no, we can make it, like, 1,000,000 times fucking better. Just think. Technology is amazing. And you're dead.
Parker, give me a hand here.
Sure, no problem.
Just reach into the goop. I don't mind the Genesis. That's what this thing is called. What I do mind is where the fuck does she put it on her body?
I got something. I think it's a gun.
Now what?
Give me a sec.
Let me just reach into the goop.
So, it's not Chris.
I mean, don't discredit that just yet. It could be Chris's. All there is an arm. I wonder if this is Chris's arm. Jill is very famous for letting her partners do all the fucking work. No, no, no.
This explains our missing crew.
This is not good. Where are you, Chris?
Somewhere out there beyond the evening. Revelations. Alright, so I hope you're all paying attention because there will be a class assignment on this later. Make sure you're taking notes.
The sunny and idyllic Mediterranean coast was the site of one of the world's greatest structures.
I want you guys to pay real close attention to her voice because you're going to
It
hear
took
her
full
voice
11 years
a
to finish
lot
constructing
in
the
random
world's
places.
First Aquapolis, the floating city of Terra Grigia. A sustainable metropolis
Yeah.
operating on a
So
massive solar
fun.
energy matrix and equipped with the latest green technologies. Never before had solar energy been used to supply power to an entire city. But in 2004,
That'd be really cool,
Veltro,
though.
a terrorist group opposing the city's development, launched a bioterrorist
How
attack.
dare you make green, clean
They not only
energy?
released a virus, but also several creatures known as bioorganic weapons.
Like,
further
what did they
complicating the
really take
situation.
offense about the city?
This
That fact
launched
that
one
a
of the
city
worst
was made on
tragedies
top of the
world has
water?
ever seen.
That there was no, like,
The
actual
FBC,
ground there to begin
the world's
with?
leading counter-bioterror
That they were using
organization operating under the
clean
auspices
energy?
of the U.S., was called in to direct efforts to contain the attack.
Hey, Parker.
The BSAA, a counter-bioterror NGO, which operates
Owned by a
exclusively
hunchback.
the interests of any one country, went in as observers to assist the FBC.
What's with the ominous thumb?
Realizing the need for immediate and decisive action, Supreme Local Headquarters issued the order to use the city's solar energy matrix on itself.
Yeah, cool.
Media outlets around the world began to refer to the incident as the Terra Grigia Panic.
Well, you can't call it the
Following
incident.
the
That belongs to
incident,
Raccoon City.
The FBC announced
Damn.
it has successfully disbanded the terrorist group called Veltro.
We just gave them a lot of money and they went away.
It is now 2005, and a sense of calm and security is finally returning to the people. But, as you can see, the lost city of Terra Grigia remains inaccessible, a silent and potent symbol of the threat that bioterror poses for people around the world.
Cool. Stay tuned for our special broadcast of The Ring. Hey, it's that city.
Ah, there you two are.
O'Brien, you don't normally join the fray.
Well, my doctor told me I need exercise. I assume you both know that the FBC
Laughter.
has cordoned off the entire area.
We're laughing because you're our boss.
However, in the past few weeks, a number of mysterious carcasses...
If you're the boss and someone laughs at your joke,
I
you
guess
can
the
never
FBC
know
couldn't cover up a mess
if they
this
actually
big.
think you're funny or if they just want to
Anyone
fucking
who knows
raise.
what happened here is going to put two and two together.
And that's why I've sent the
Oh, no.
BSAA in to investigate.
Hey, the bread.
Did you
Let me
pick
know
up
if you
your
find that
new equipment
enjoyable or
from
not,
Clint?
because I didn't
Yeah.
care for it. It wasn't that good.
Genesis or something. Is that its name?
You didn't bother to read the manual, did you?
No.
Yes, now that
Brought it with me.
Sega will
Just
never
in
produce
case.
another
I hope you
console,
read
we can use
quickly,
Genesis on the
You're
Nintendo
gonna need it on your
3DS.
mission.
Yeah, I'm on it.
The humor is very Japanese. But they do a lot of Japanese things in these games. Alright, so Genesis Manual version 1.09. I'm not going to read it because I've read this so many goddamn times. But I am going to give you enough time to pause and whatever. Basically, you can find shit in the background using the Genesis, which is pretty nice. Something that you could do in the original, like Resident Evil 2, was a lot of stuff was just hidden. And there was tons of ammo and health and shit lying around. But you had to be able to, like, look and find it. The Genesis now allows you to find shit wherever the fuck you want.
What the hell? Ah, look at this mess. Oh, they're rotted to hell.
Taking that. I played this game. I know what you are. Yeah, the birds in this part of Europe give no shits about guns. Some could even say that they're the toughest Resident Evil biohazards of all.
The Genesis requires a decent sample size to get an accurate reading.
Yeah, well, my dick
on the
requires a
beach and
decent
send me
sample
your
size
data.
to get you to shut the fuck up. I'm just kidding. You're
Have a
just
look
doing a
at
good job. You look at this. Metal detector.
I'm getting something from inside it.
I must go inside the goop. I must become the goop.
Careful now.
Don't worry, I've done this before.
She has. How many times has she, like, put... Jill's entire, like, existence is putting her hand in gross stuff. Gross bathtub water, gross gelatin, gross pudding,
I've got
gross goop, gross dead thing. Just think of that, if that shit had been alive.
What is this? If it's an engineered mutation, this could prove a link.
I'll run some tests on this. Continue with the investigation.
Go back and look at her nails, they look like shit. Girl, like, she gives no fucks. This is Jill Valentine. I wouldn't be surprised if she pees standing up. Not because she has a penis, but just because it'd take way too much time to pull her pants down all the way and sit.
It moved!
Careful, you two. I don't know the strange virus we deal with. I kind of figured that. Don't worry, we're on it.
Oh no. To be honest, I kind of forgot this one moved. Parker, you're just kind of sitting there chilling. I'm just saying. See, it's people like you who died in Raccoon City.
This must be a cakewalk.
I suppose. So why'd you quit the FBC for this outfit?
I wanted to be more involved. I wanted to fight.
I see you two are okay. Continue with the investigation, but proceed with extreme caution.
Random group here. Random group there. Whoa! Okay, I honestly forgot that was gonna happen.
Must have ruptured from gas.
Christ, what a mess.
Oh yeah. So occasionally you will find these handprints, and there are 30, as you just saw. Collect them all. I have not been able to collect them all because I have gone to every freaking place and scanned, and like, yeah, they're gone. They're not here. They're not here at all. Okay, cool. So where and why? So this is what I was talking about. You pull out the Genesis, you find a random thing, and boop.
Gather some more the carcasses on the beach.
The reason why I'm starting with Resident Evil Revelations 2 is because of this function. So basically what you can do is you can play this game two ways. You can use the Genesis in every room, or you can just never use the Genesis, period. Your difficulty changes based on which one you do. If you use the Genesis all the time, or if you never use the Genesis. Just for funsies' sake, I'm going to be doing the Genesis everywhere on this playthrough. A couple of years down the line, if I'm like, you know, I kind of did like Resident Evil Revelations, I would love to play it again, then yeah, if you fill out to 100%, you get a recovery item.
Good. Get them to me ASAP.
How the fuck am I hearing you? You're like all the way across the map. Makes no goddamn sense. Then what I can do is I can come back later and be like, hey, I want to replay this game. You know, I never beat it proper. Then what I can do is I can go back and I can play the game again, except for this time, not use the Genesis to make the game more difficult. And that's kind of like where this game lies. If you use the Genesis all the fucking time, this game is easy. If you never use the Genesis, this game is hard. So you can kind of choose. Do you want Resident Evil 5 action-y, you know, sequences? Whoa, shit. Or do you want Resident Evil, like, 1, like, make your ammo count? And if I remember correctly, you have a one-hit kill. Parker, get the fuck out of the way! I'm just a single mother with 2 kids, trying to live her life. Will I be able to find love? Tune in. Whew. That's good. I used the typical rom-com.
Oh,
It killed him.
Work for you two, eh? All right, enough chit-chat. Get that sample data to me.
I'm so glad people just leave ammunition all over the beaches. I honestly thought that was a really nasty trash bag at first. I don't think I've ever gotten that one. Where the fuck did you go? Oh. Dude, shut the fuck up.
There you are. Nice work.
No doubt about it. These corpses show signs of viral infection.
And I bet it's no coincidence they came through the FBC's blockade.
Well, we did all we can. Now, we wait for the results to come back from HQ.
We have to wait for the BSA
It's the
headquarters.
emergency line.
Sir, I'm pretty sure it's BSAA. No, I created the
it's me.
BSAA. It's BSA.
Uh-huh. What?
We're not calling it that.
Yes, that's fine. I'll take it from here. We'll have to speed things up. Starting now. Uh-huh.
Oh, Jill.
Get to it.
What troubles are you getting yourself into?
Jill, Parker,
Just think about how
On
much
the case.
infected tissue she's
happened?
touched in one day.
lost contact with Chris and Jessica.
Jessica.
How?
We're not certain. I've sent their last known coordinates to your terminals.
The signal was lost over the ocean. I thought they were in the mountains chasing Veltro. But judging from their position, they must be...
On a ship. I'll go back to HQ, take charge of the search and rescue. You two will be my eyes out there.
Yes.
Probably order a nice dinner. I'm thinking Tex-Mex. I'm pretty sure that, like, that tower part right there is from Resident Evil 4. And then some of those buildings were from Resident Evil 5. Like I said, this was a 3DS game. They probably reused assets out the ass. Which, hey, you know, for a scene that you only seen once, it's fine. It's good. Whew. Cool. You can dodge while reloading. Hey Parker, did you know you could
Chris and
dodge while
Jessica?
reloading?